Power often reveals who a person truly is. Give someone authority, and you'll see their real character. Some use it to dominate, others to enrich themselves, and many to silence the weak. But the Quran tells us of a ruler whose power did not corrupt him, a man known as Dhul-Qarnayn. His story stands as a timeless lesson on justice, humility, and responsibility. Allah introduces his story with purpose, not to satisfy our curiosity with historical details, but to provide guidance for all of humanity. The Quran says, and they ask you about Dhul-Qarnayn, say, I will recite to you about him a report. Dhul-Qarnayn was granted immense authority, resources, and the means to travel across vast lands. But the Quran makes one thing clear from the very beginning. His power came from Allah, not from his own greatness. Indeed, we established him upon the earth, and we gave him to everything away. This way wasn't just physical roads. It was the knowledge, the technology, and the wisdom to solve problems. With this God-given power, Dhul-Qarnayn journeyed westward, reaching the very edge of the known world at the time. There, he encountered a community of people living under his authority. He was given a clear choice: to punish them or to act with kindness and justice. Instead of resorting to cruelty, which many rulers of his time would have done, he established a clear moral standard. He declared, as for one who wrongs, we will punish him. Then he will be returned to his Lord, and he will punish him with a terrible punishment. But as for one who believes and does righteousness, he will have a reward of goodness. This single moment defines Dhul-Qarnayn's entire leadership philosophy. His justice was not blind punishment, nor was it a sign of weakness. It was a perfect balance of accountability for wrongdoers and mercy for the righteous, all guided by his firm belief in the hereafter. He understood that earthly justice was only the first step. The ultimate judgment belongs to Allah. From the west, he then traveled eastward, reaching a land where he encountered a people with very little protection from the harsh environment. They lived simply, without advanced structures or defenses against the scorching sun. Dhul-Qarnayn could have looked down on them, mocked their primitive lifestyle, or forced his own culture upon them. He did none of that. Instead, he respected their condition and moved on. The Quran doesn't record him claiming any credit, seeking glory, or asserting his superiority. He simply fulfilled his duty as a just ruler and continued his journey. Then came his most famous expedition, the one that has been retold for centuries. He traveled to a region trapped between two massive mountains, where a community lived in constant, paralyzing fear. They were terrorized by the tribes of Yashush and Mush, also known as Gog and Magog. These destructive forces would sweep through the land, spreading corruption, destroying lives, and ruining their livelihoods. The people were desperate. Seeing his power and wisdom, they begged Dhul-Qarnayn to save them. They even offered to pay him a great tribute, a handsome fee for his protection. "Will you build a barrier between us and them, in exchange for a payment?" they asked. Here, in his response, the true character of Dhul-Qarnayn shines brightest. He immediately refused the payment. He told them, "What my Lord has established me in is better." He didn't see his leadership as a business transaction or a for-profit enterprise. He saw it as a sacred trust from Allah, a responsibility he was meant to fulfill for the sake of justice, not for personal gain. His power was a tool for service, not a means for wealth. But he didn't stop there. Instead of acting like a lone hero, enslaving the people, or simply commanding them from a distance, he involved them directly in their own salvation. He empowered them. He said, "So help me with strength, and I will make between you and them a barrier." He asked for their help, their physical effort, and their cooperation. This wasn't just about building a wall. It was about building a community, fostering unity, and teaching them how to stand on their own feet. Together, they embarked on a monumental engineering project. They built a massive barrier, not through magic or miracles, but through knowledge, strategic planning, and hard work. They gathered blocks of iron, stacked them between the two mountains, and then, using intense fire and bellows, they poured molten copper over it, sealing it into an impenetrable fortress. When the great barrier was finally complete and the people were safe from the terror of Ya'juj and Ma'juj. Dhul-Qarnayn did something incredibly rare among powerful rulers, both then and now. He humbled himself completely. Looking at his magnificent achievement, a structure that would secure a nation's future, he didn't take any credit. He didn't boast about his genius or his strength. Instead, he said, "This is a mercy from my Lord. But when the promise of my Lord comes, he will make it level." He immediately attributed his success to Allah's mercy. He also acknowledged that even this great achievement was temporary. No wall, no empire, and no power lasts forever. Everything in this world exists only by the permission of Allah, and everything will eventually come to an end by His command. This is the very heart of Dhul-Qarnayn's story. He did not deny his strength, but he never worshipped it. He did not reject the authority he was given, but he never, ever abused it. He did not rule for fame or legacy, but for the sake of fulfilling his responsibility to his Creator and his creation. So, what are the lessons for us today? The story of Dhul-Qarnayn speaks directly to our modern world, a world that is often obsessed with control, dominance, and self-promotion. First, power is a test, not a reward. Allah gives influence and authority not as a prize, but to see who will use it to establish justice and who will use it to cause corruption. Second, true leadership is about serving people, not feeding one's own ego. Dhul-Qarnayn protected the weak and empowered the vulnerable without demanding praise, payment, or even recognition. Third, faith is what keeps power in check. It was his deep, unwavering belief in his accountability before Allah on the Day of Judgment that guided Dhul-Qarnayn to rule with compassion, restraint, and wisdom. And fourth, every single achievement in this life is temporary. Humility is recognizing that even the greatest wall we can build will one day fall when Allah wills it. In a time when so many leaders seek to build a lasting legacy for themselves, Dhul-Qarnayn only sought to please Allah, and that is precisely why his name is remembered, not for conquest or for castles, but for his unwavering justice. The Quran doesn't tell us exactly who Dhul-Qarnayn was, or the precise location of his kingdom. That mystery is intentional, because his historical identity matters far less than the principles he embodied. Allah is teaching us a profound lesson through his anonymity. You do not need to rule the world to be a person of justice. You only need to rule yourself, your desires, and your ego. And that, in its essence, is the greatest and most noble form of power. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that explores the timeless wisdom of the Quran. See you in the next one.